Fire.
Ozai, a name of Chinese origin that when translated to English means a proud fire that brings disaster. Anyone who has watched Avatar knows that that name is anything but subtle. It perfectly embodies what Ozai represents as a character, but Ozai has another name, one he bestowed upon himself, the Phoenix King. And in my opinion, I think that there's more to go into in what it says about Ozai's character and why he chose that name. By the way, spoilers, beside the spoiler I literally just told you. The major characteristics of the Fire Nation are pride and passion. This is because of Fire Lord Sozin. Before the events of Airbender, Sozin started a 100-year war with the other nations by first wiping out the air nomads with a powerful comet. But even more than that, Sozin manipulated history to make it seem like his victory was a difficult battle against a powerful army.
What year did Fire Lord Sozin battle the Air Nation army? Kuzan?
Is that a trick question? The air nomads didn't have a formal military. Sozin defeated them by ambush.
Well, I don't know how you could possibly know more than our national history book, unless you were there 100 years ago.
That what he did was a great display of his might, when in reality, all the Airbenders were peaceful monks. I believe that everyone in the Fire Nation believes this story.
Growing up, we were taught that the Fire Nation was the greatest civilization in history, and somehow, the war was our way of sharing our greatness with the rest of the world. What an amazing lie that was.
So we come to the first step in understanding Ozai's motives, to surpass Fire Lord Sozin. First, there's the very obvious fact that the Phoenix King is a position above the Fire Lord, but the second one is that Ozai wanted to surpass Sozin's massacre with his own massacre. Hello there, this is Frffy from the future. So it turns out when I went to go record audio and get footage for this episode, I realized that, burning everything to the ground was actually Azula's idea, not Ozai's. So that kind of makes me look stupid, but I thought it was still interesting. And at the very least, Ozai, kind of stole the idea from Azula and didn't let her partake in it. But anyways, yeah, wanted to just correct this. There's an interesting parallel to airbenders here. Just as the air nomads were likely the weakest of all the benders as they had no armies, the Earth Kingdom's last stronghold was already taken, making them just as weak and vulnerable as the airbenders 100 years ago. Now, let's talk about the Phoenix. Why did Ozai choose this name? Well, first of all, the Phoenix is a firebird, but more interestingly, in mythology, a Phoenix is immortal. When it dies, it is reborn from its ashes, which draws an interesting parallel to the cycle of the Avatar. I believe that Ozai chose this name because it puts him on the same level as the Avatar. Now, the last observation is mostly my opinion, so feel free to take it with a grain of salt. Ozai speaks to Aang as if it were his destiny to slay the Avatar, and I believe Ozai views this fight in a similar way to the dragon slaying tradition. Just as one would slay a dragon to be titled dragon, so too would Ozai strike down a phoenix to become a phoenix himself.
Now the universe delivers you to me as an act of providence.
And this is what I believe is the meaning of the Phoenix King. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving me a like and comment so that I know to make more videos like it in the future. Also consider sharing my work on social media with hashtags like Avatar: The Last Airbender or Fire Lord Ozai. Your support is greatly appreciated.